All right. So one story we didn't get to that I wanted to talk about.
What's that?
And for everybody on YouTube right now, this is the after the show.
Welcome.
Where we roll a little bit after the show and we give some exclusive stuff to folks who sign up on YouTube and check us out. Like T said, at the end of the other show, hit the subscribe button, like, comment. That helps our ranking and rating with YouTube. And that gets us up there and actually gets us to trend. And when we put up new videos, it shows up in the timeline and you can be a part of the Unpopin community.
There we go.
I like that.
Yeah.
So, and I wanted to bring this up during the show, but it can both be funny and sensitive. So I didn't want to,
Oh boy. Okay. All right. That's
Are you familiar with Jaguar Wright?
Vaguely. I followed the story. I started seeing her lives. I'll let you go ahead
Well, I'm familiar with her. I got her first album, right?
Okay.
Absolutely amazing album. Fantastic voice, great singer, very well produced album. I don't know if the Roots crew did all of the production on it or not, but I do know that Malik B and I think Black Thought both showed up on that album. And rest in peace to Malik B. Who passed away last week. The causes of his death are still undisclosed. Don't know what happened. I hope to God it wasn't COVID related or anything like that. I didn't watch her live. So she went on Instagram live and she went in and she's been banging on the Roots crew. Yeah, I didn't watch it. I started to watch it. The audio was horrible. I gave it like a minute and the audio never got better. It was an hour video and I popped out.
Well, I watched at least two of them.
Okay.
And I got past the bad audio and then when you actually hear it, the things that she's saying are so, I mean, okay. It's unfortunate, messy, and entertaining all at the same time. So, I mean, you can't help it. It's not funny, but her delivery is entertaining. And, some of the things that she's alleging, about sexual assault, and she name dropped a few people.
She went at Common. She went at Common. Straight up hard. Yeah. Say he tried to launch a sneak attack on her. She was asleep and felt something poking her in the face. I'll just read. She says, I wake up, it's morning, I feel something poking me in my face and shit, right? And it's just poking me in my face. And I open my mouth. This nigga trying to stick his dick in my mouth while I'm asleep. Lonnie fucking Lynn, Rashid Common, whatever the fuck you want to call yourself. That's why I stopped fucking with him. Because nigga, if you're going to try to stick your dick in my mouth while I'm asleep, it ain't nothing you won't do. I don't even know why he's running around here, parading around here with all these public relationships that don't ever seem to last. And then she goes in on talking about him with Serena and say he's not been right since his relationship with Lauryn Hill, which to me, that's not even the real thing, right? Like I really want him to come out and address this shit.
Yeah, it's again one of these things. We're back at you can launch a allegation, and no matter what you say, you'll never really clear it up. So whether he addresses it or doesn't, we still never know how true it is or if it's not true. It's almost like it's so. All right, I don't know. I can just fast forward anywhere along this, some of her lives. She dropped some information. One, she said something about when she was talking about Jill Scott, that, she said Jill didn't know that she wasn't on the
You Got Me.
You Got Me record until she heard it on the radio, until she heard Erykah Badu's voice instead of hers on the radio.
And see, I'd heard that before.
Yeah.
I'd heard that years ago. And I think, and please don't let me be wrong or correct me if I'm wrong. I think Jill has said that. Right. So that wasn't like a revelation. I think that has been said before, and that's been kind of common knowledge.
Got it. Yeah, I knew that. Again, I'm a fan of the Roots. I'm a fan of Jill Scott. I just wasn't following. I wasn't really into the whole neo soul movement. That wasn't really my thing. I wasn't into that. You know what I mean? But I appreciated the music. It just took me forever to get to listening to all of, that sort of thing. But let me see. If I hit play 29 minutes into this live.
The attention that I'm getting looking the way I'm looking at 40.
Internet.
3 years old. I buried all of that because I was too cute. You see, I was too cute and I didn't have enough self-control. So, I put the weight on. So I would only be, confronted with dudes who were really interested in me. You know what I mean? Because if you could get past the weight, then that means you were interested in getting to the real me. So that's why I put that fat suit on. But, I'm too old for the fat suit now. I'm about to go back to a size 6. I'm about to go and run this trail. You know what I mean? And all of y'all bitches can stay home, for real, for real.
Yeah,
Truth about you.
There's a bunch of other stuff. That's probably a little more tame than the other stuff that she said on that live. But I said, watch. I'm like, I'm sitting with the popcorn. There was one thing that she said that I found kind of funny. It was kind of like, ooh. So she put this meme up. You remember the movie Bamboozled? The Roots were casted in that movie by Spike Lee as the backup band to Mantan, and they were called the Alabama Porch Monkey Band. That's in the movie. Bamboozled.
Why is racism so funny?
Alabama Porch Monkey Band, the backup band for Mantan. Now, if you're familiar with the movie, it was a satirical satirical piece that Spike Lee used to compare modern entertainment to minstrel shows where people put on blackface and all that stuff. And it was penned very angry. So it was a very extreme satirical piece. So the Roots played this group called, the Alabama Porch Monkeys. And then she compared it to them now. She said, y'all really the backup band to the Mantan without the tan. Y'all have some real Alabama Porch Monkeys on. It's like she went in.
Sorry.
Hey, yeah.
Look. So in her thing, she said she put on, because I'm going to address the porch monkey thing. That ain't going to slide, but because that thought process bugs me. But so she said she gained weight, and the only dudes that approached her were dudes who were interested in getting to know her because they would look past the weight. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, let me help you. If you are overweight, I'm overweight. If you're overweight, and someone approaches you and they're interested in you, it's because they like overweight people. It's not because they saw your spirit from across the room. They saw how intelligent you were. They liked what they saw. Simple as that. We are all visually driven, right? And that visual drive changes for every individual. Some people like super skinny, super big, medium, small, tall, short, whatever. But no one's looking past what you look like on the outside initially.
Especially, man, we can't see what you're thinking.
Nor do we care. I'm
Initially, nah.
No, not really.
It's like, I wonder how tall she is laying down. And then you know. Is that bad? That was bad, wasn't it?
Oh. You know what we should do? We should get your wife to sit in on a show, and we should give her control over the buzzer.
You won't hear shit I have to say. Every other minute will be foul. Foul. Foul.
We'll call it our quality control show. Right?
She's sitting there with the buzzer in one hand and the broom in the other. What does it get the point through with the buzzer? The broom is swinging. Bah.
See, I couldn't have any of my homegirls do it because they would never hit the buzzer.
Really?
Oh, no. Half of them talk worse than I do. And the other half are just so conditioned by hearing me talk that it's like, whatever.
No, you know what I hear from my wife frequently? Why are you this way? That's what I hear from her. I say some awesome shit. Why are you this way? What happened? What's wrong with you? And then she walks away.
Just tell her, yeah, my mother dropped me on my head when I was a child. Yeah, what can you do?
It is what it is. I keep saying that shit. It is what it is. That's terrible.
So her, when I say her, I mean Jaguar Wright, addressing the Roots, saying that they're the backup band to the minstrel show for Jimmy Fallon, basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
It bugs me that in our community, when somebody reaches a certain level of success, they've sold out, or they're house niggas or Uncle Toms or coons or whatever. Isn't the point of doing a thing in a professional manner to get to the highest level that you can get to? Why is it that we want to drag each other down from that high level? Right? I was about to quote Patrice O'Neal, but that's going to get me in a lot of trouble. So,
Rest in peace, Patrice. Yeah.
But so the highest level that you can get in the African American community is only so high, right? We account for 13% of the population, probably a much smaller amount of the business infrastructure in any industry in the US. So if you go to the top of our community of what we can do self-contained, it's only going to be so high. In order to continue to go high, you got to work with other communities. You got to work with our Latino brothers and sisters. You got to work with our Jewish brothers and sisters. You got to work with our Asian brothers and sisters, Korean, Chinese, Japanese. And you got to work with our Caucasian brothers and sisters, right?
Right.
That is what it is. Why do we want to cap each other here, right? So when the Roots break through that ceiling and they get to Fallon, they're really at the pinnacle. Why are they porch monkeys at this point?
I think for her, it's clearly a little more personal. I think it's actually more personal, and from her dealings with them, personal dealings with the Roots and whatever her beefs and issues with that crew. I think that's really it comes from. I think it's dope that the Roots are on every night on a late show on a prime network like NBC. I think it's dope. I think it's actually when Fallon had the Late Show, the what was it, the Late Show? Was it the Late Show?
So.
Whatever it was, the show that came on after the Tonight Show, right?
Okay.
I thought it was dope when there was when it was doing that. I was like, oh, that's dope. Now they're on at like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, but that's phenomenal. And then when they made the move and Fallon took over the Tonight Show, I'm like, that's hip hop on a major, you know what I'm saying? Like that's so dope. Like I said,
and not just as a token kind of thing. It's infused into the show. Like, would hardcore hip hop heads prefer that it's a white guy presenting the culture? Probably not. But I don't think Fallon he brings the culture down, right? I mean, he's a comedian, obviously, but I think he respects the culture in his presentation of it.
Yeah. And I mean, and he's clearly a fan. He's clearly, you know what I'm saying, a part of, you know what I mean? He feels he's a part of the movement. You know what I mean? I think it's dope. It's cats like him, Ari Melber on MSNBC, who actually does news and incorporates hip hop lyrics and artists into the news. You know what I'm saying? He incorporates it, quotes from Jay-Z or Mobb Deep or whoever, in like deep hip hop references in the news.
We have a traffic guy here who does that. I can't remember his name. He's over at WSB.
Right. I remember when Fife passed away, they did lyrics from Tribe Called Quest, as a part of a back and forth between the traffic and the news anchor. It was dope. He does it probably does it pretty often. I think he's going viral a few times. Oh,
here's the one with Fife that you was talking about from 2016. I don't see his name. Channel 2's Mark Arum and Fred Blankenship paid tribute to the Notorious B.I.G. Right? If that video would play, it'd be great. But not before pre-roll video.
Right. They're going to make their money.
Remember when the internet was free and you could just watch videos without watching commercials?
Yeah.
Biggest thing you had to worry about was a pop-up ad.
Mark Arum is standing by with more on this and the impact with triple team traffic. Mark.
Yeah, this rush hour coming with more hits than the Braves or the Yankees. Fred, we're on an award tour with Mark McKay, my man, going each and every place with Traffic Tracker 2 in his hand. Now, Mark McKay, are things ludicrously speedy or infectious with the slow-mo?
Infectious with the slow-mo currently.
85 is stacked and packed now, heading into Midtown Atlanta. Fred, with a crash south of 400. Tell your mother, tell your father, send a telegram. What can you show us, Mark McKay?
Sometimes the definition of traffic comes sideways and straightways. Right now, Mark Arum is taking a look at trouble on the south side. Mark.
Yeah, we had a report of trouble on the south side on I-675 on his way to check out that issue. Mark McKay's track record's longer than a DC-20 aircraft.
That's dope to me.
Yeah.
I mean, they've done Biggie, they've done Rakim, they've done Mobb Deep. I mean, that, and obviously you can tell by the voice, it's a white guy.
Yeah.
It's a white guy.
The anchor's a brother, though.
Yeah, the anchor's a Fred Blankenship is a black dude. The traffic dude, Mark, he's a white guy.
The white girl sitting on the desk next to the brother, she looked a little lost. She smiled. She was just like, what's happening? I don't know what's happening right now. What is he saying? It's like you're saying words, but I don't understand what they are.
But if you're not a head, though, right? Like if you're not a hip hop head and you didn't catch when they keyed you in on what they were doing, you would just think they're saying weird things in the traffic.
Right.
Like tell your mother, tell your father, send a telegram. What?
What does that mean?
What's wrong with these guys?
Yeah, like my elderly cousin might have been sitting on the sidelines wondering. My elderly cousin might have been sitting on the sidelines wondering, "Oh, is a telegram coming?"
You know, you're not getting invited back to the barbecue, right? You're not going to the barbecue, bro. Your invite is going to get lost in the mail.
Listen, ain't going to be a barbecue until 2022, so I think I'm safe for right now. I think I'm good.
Oh, God.
With the goddamn jokes, huh? With the goddamn jokes, huh?
Mr. Funny Man, Mr. Ha-Ha. Was there anything
very
else?
Funny, motherfucker.
Wait. All right, so everybody check this out. So we normally get together at about around 9:30 on Saturdays and we start recording.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I get a call from T-Storm this morning. And he's like, hey, bro, I'm having a bit of a time this morning. Can we push the time back? And I'm like, yeah, man, whenever you're ready. I'll be ready in 15 minutes. nah, I'm gonna need to about 11:30 or 12.
Yeah.
Bro, you okay? Yeah, something up with my stomach. So I'm like, what happened? He says, I'll tell you when we talk. So what happened?
Okay, let me start by saying I'm trying to eat healthy. Been trying to eat healthy. That's been since, being in this quarantine and being home, the goal is to get healthy, to get fit, shave some pounds off by any means necessary. We happened to watch this documentary on Netflix called What the Health. While watching, it's very alarming. Some of the stuff that was said about meats and cheese, and it's a very pro-vegan thing. In fact,
sure.
After doing some investigation on it, I'm like, they cherry picked some stuff to make it seem worse. Like, you mean to tell me like drinking milk is just as bad as smoking 5 cigarettes a day? Oh my God. Why isn't the news talking about this? It was shit like that. Any case,
yeah.
Watching it, I watched half of it, fell asleep on it. My wife watched the whole thing, was like, okay, we're cutting out meats. We was already talking about cutting meats for a little while, because we do that for every once in a while. We'll go for a week, 2-3 weeks or whatever without meats, eat more vegetables, still have some chicken and stuff and fish and shit like that. But this time he was like, we're going to go vegan. I'm like, all right, so we went vegan and it's not working out for me. I find myself hungry all the goddamn time. Like I'm grazing basically. I mean, I like the mushrooms. The mushroom burger I had was actually decent. But 20 minutes later, I'm hungry again. This is, I don't know. And then my stomach did some weird shit where I guess I didn't eat enough. And I went most of the day without eating. And I finally got home and I ate too fast. And that created some sort of vacuum in my stomach, some sort of air bubble that just tore me up for the past 12 hours or so. And there was, I'll spare you the graphic details, but there was just no relief from.
You had to call a hazmat cleanup crew for that bathroom.
Man, that's just. I was just spending a lot more time in there than I wanted to. Like, and it's not like I felt like I haven't eaten much anyway. So where is this coming from? What is this? What is happening? Why is this? And so finally, I just had some. I had some green tea, the spicy root that. You put in tea. My wife loves. I hate it. And lemon tea and all that stuff. But it's not working for me, bro. I cannot do vegan. I'm not a vegan. I'm not cut out to be a vegan. And not to say I don't eat red meats often. Every once in a while I do like a steak and I'll grill a steak and eat a steak. I don't do beef hamburgers. We'll do turkey burgers for the most part. But just cutting out meats completely, just no meats, no fish, no nothing. Nah, look, I'm cool. I'm cool.
Over the years, I've talked to people who have come to me and said they were just going to go vegan. And I don't recommend it, right? I recommend a vegan lifestyle. I have a pescatarian lifestyle.
What is the difference?
Pescatarian, you still eat seafood. That's
gotcha.
Basically the difference. Well, pescatarian, you still eat food and you still will eat like dairy, but I don't even really do dairy. So, there'll be weeks where I won't eat any seafood at all. I'll just do vegetable stuff. So, and it's not like a conscious choice. It's just, that's what I want to eat that week. And that's what I do. But I don't recommend that anybody go from eating meat to not like that. Your poor system is in shock.
my stomach said, "What's going on here? Oh, that's what we doing? All right." Like,
well, it's good for a cleanse, right? Because essentially, kind of what you're going through right now is a cleanse. When you say, "Where's that coming from?" That's one of the darker parts about eating meat. Your body doesn't digest it as well and as quickly. So it's just in there, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say stick with it, but maybe not go so hard, so fast. Maybe do it a couple of days a week and then slowly expand it. But what you really have to pay attention to is your nutritional intake, your iron intake, because there are some good things that your body gets from eating meat that if you're going to take that away, you got to make sure you're eating the right things to replenish it back into your body.
Compensate for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, I feel lighter. I feel different. You know what I mean? But if I don't eat, I feel super tired. Like I'll forget to eat. My wife, before we got started, she came down and asked, "Hey, are you going to eat?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm going to eat." And I'm like, "Well, what are we going to have?" And she offered up a bunch of grass and shit for a meal. And I was like, "Oh, I'll let you know about that." But I'm finding I'm just hungry a lot more often. Like I'll eat, and 10, 20 minutes later, I just ate, I'm hungry. Like, okay, I'm not clearing the amount of calories I need to eat.
No.
You know?
That you are. That's how it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to be in a constant state of satiation. You're not supposed to feel full all the time. You're really supposed to eat 5 times a day. 5 small meals a day. Right. So if you time that out, really, let's say you eat breakfast at 8 a.m., a snack, 10 a.m., lunch at noon, another snack at 2. What are we up to now? 4, and dinner at around 6, because you're not supposed to eat past 7 o'clock. Mm-hmm. You can easily get 5 times a day in, and then you hydrate. Right. So that offsets some of the hunger if you drink enough water.
Okay. I'll stick with it. I mean, I've made it through a week because we started like Sunday, Saturday. So I've made a week at it. I don't think I could do 2 weeks like this. I got to have a chicken breast or something. Like this is.
If you make it 2 weeks, they say 2 to 3 weeks is the time it takes to change your behavior. So if you make it 2 weeks, you should be creating new.
I'm gonna bite somebody in the house.
Behaviors.
That's what's going to happen. Be playing it. What the hell's wrong with you?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Your arm looked delicious.
Like the scene you watch Madagascar when the cartoon movie Madagascar.
I've seen it, but years ago with my kids.
There's a scene where the lion hadn't had meat for a long time, and so his friends, the zebra, started looking like a chuck steak to him. He zoned out, and the zebra was played by voice was Chris Rock. He bit the zebra on his ass. He said, "Ah!" And he took it. The lion is biting him on it. That's gonna be me. You don't have no steak for me. Okay.
Have you thought about any of the meat substitutes?
Like the what you call it, the miracle? What is it? What they call it? Miracle
like
burgers?
Beyond Impossible
Beyond
Burger, Beyond Beef, that kind of stuff.
I don't know. I'm scared of that stuff. I don't know. I'm not sure all of what's in it. I'd rather do a veggie burger. I could do that. But
I actually prefer black bean burgers over those.
Yeah. Over veggies or
over the Beyond burgers and
because if it's
I do eat some of that meat, stuff, but you know.
Yeah, if it's imitation meat, I'm cool on it. I've had enough spam in my life to know it ain't gonna work out good. That's all. You know you, Paul, when you had spam. You know.
Man. Spam, the block of government cheese.
Oh, man. Come on now.
A can of lard. Bologna.
Remember the
you would use said can of lard to fry.
Remember the can of peanut butter. This wasn't no Skippy. It was kind of thick. It looked like it was like almost like a ice cream canister, right? So you got a lot of it. And then it took a lot to get it up out of the can. It was kind of thick. It would bend your spoons up. If you had like cheap spoons, like we had cheap spoons, digging it out, it would bend the spoon up, and then it didn't quite spread right on the bread either. It would tear the bread up as you tried to spread. Come on now, I ain't the only one. Come on, somebody. You remember those days.
If you grew up broke as hell, leave a comment down below.
I got one more. Powdered milk. Remember that?
Wow.
Powdered milk.
Yeah. And
if
I remember that.
You have to mix it with the water, and sometimes if you put too much water, it was just taste like water with some white stuff in it. Yeah. Or if you was hungry, you take a spoonful of that powdered milk and just shove it in your mouth. Like I ain't the only one, right? No.
Yeah, I think you might be the only one on that one, bro.
Damn. Okay.
Growing up poor in America.
Oh man. And not to romanticize it, but as a kid, you don't know you poor.
You don't.
You don't know. It's just it. It's
just life.
Right.
It just is what it is.
Right.
All right, bro. How long we been at this?
2 hours.
All right.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we got some cool guests coming up in the coming weeks. Let you know about it soon.
Yeah, and I got an idea on how to put some money in your pockets. So we'll talk about that too.
All right. Good folks. Again, thanks for watching.
Peace.
Hey, thanks for watching the Unpopular Opinion Show right here on YouTube. Appreciate you watching. If you enjoyed what you watched, be sure to subscribe, like, and hit that notification button.
Yeah, hit it. You haven't hit it yet.
You ain't hit it yet. What do you? Oh, come on, now,
hit it. Okay, the like button too. I mean, you got to.
Yes, got it. All right, cool. Thank you. Appreciate you.